Andy Rodriguez has done a lot at first base. I remember last year, Noah, we saw, and you reported, I think, on the fact that Brian Reynolds was getting some time there. It's the one position that year after year seems to have the most turnover. They can't find a first baseman. They're hoping that Horwitz could be that guy, of course. But do you think they should have looked harder into, and I know they acquired him, but there are other guys out there that they could have signed as free agents. And this also goes for left field. I know they have Tommy Pham, but there were better options, I thought, that cost a little bit more. Did they do enough in this offseason? Because I don't think they did, given the fact that Paul Skeens says he expects more. The city deserves more. Have they done enough?
I don't think right now, no. I think on the pitching side, they added depth to the bullpen. They didn't need to make a ton of additions to the starting rotation. The Heaney move was really all they needed to do there, and they did that. That was fine. The bullpen depth is, I think, a lot stronger than it was last year with Kyle Nicholas not making the opening day roster. I would have never thought that would have been the case, but I see how it happened now with the other options that they have there. But as far as the position player group goes, yeah, I mean, Horwitz was acquired with the hope that he would answer that problem that you mentioned at first base, Bob, where year after year it's a new guy. They went and got a guy with 5 years of team control who's affordable, who they like, who they're familiar with. I mean, Charrington was there when he was drafted in Toronto. This was a guy they liked and thought, okay, this can be the first baseman of both the now and the future. It's just ironic that he showed up to camp hurt. But when you look at the other options, yes, I think you could have got more proven talent at both first base and corner outfield. Corner outfield primarily through free agency. There were a lot of guys who went at what I thought were reasonable prices to teams that are competing for postseason spots this year that would have looked really good in this Pirates lineup. And then for first base, I mean, there were guys on the trade market who I thought would have been a good fit. I mean, Lowe goes from Texas to Washington. I would have thought that would have been good. I think Yandy Diaz is going to get dealt sometime this year from Tampa Bay. I think he would look good at first base on this team. Ryan Mountcastle is one of like 4 guys who can play first base, and he's on Baltimore's roster. He's only got a couple of years of control left, but that's a proven veteran bat that would look really good in the middle third of the order here. But instead they went with someone with years of control and someone who's a little cheaper at first base. And they got the same kind of player that they've acquired throughout their whole tenure as a regime here in Tommy Pham, and that's a veteran on a 1-year deal. And I think, yeah, they probably could have done a little bit more at both of those spots.
Bob, may I engage Noah in a game of free association?
If I ever said no to that, what would you say to me?
It would be a problem.
It would be a problem.
We talk about it like we talk about all our problems.
I like it. It's quick and it's to the point.
All right, these could even be one-word answers, Noah, and we have to get to a bunch of things. Are you ready?
Yes.
When do we see Henry Davis again?
May.
Who's going to lead off the game on Thursday? Who's your leadoff hitter?
Tommy Pham.
Dear God, is what I have to say to that. Pham will be platooning in left field with Jack Sawinski, yes or no?
Not at first, but I think by the end of April that will be the case, yes.
Brian Hayes will play how many games this season in your estimation?
115.
When will we see Bubba Chandler?
Late May.
How about Thomas Harrington?
Maybe June, July, not long after Chandler.
Is Majinski the new 5th starter?
Yes, that's confirmed. Shelton told us that today.
Holy bird milk. How many innings per game can we expect from him? Is that an opener type situation?
I asked about that. No, he is stretched out to go at least 5 innings right now. Or up to 5 innings right now, which is where about every starter is stretched out to.
They're leading 2-1 in the 8th, going into the 9th inning on Thursday. Who closes the game?
I still think it's David Bednar, but he's not a closer right now. Hasn't been given that title.
Santana?
I think it's still Bednar, but they just haven't given him the title of closer yet. That's all.
Bob, you ruined the rhythm of the whole thing.
It was one word.
I know. It was
He's
supposed to be.
fine.
Yeah.